Canadian swing, while the BC Lions look to stay unbeaten and go 3-0.
On the marquee tonight, a couple of the targets for these quarterbacks tonight, starting with the Toronto Argonauts, Vidal Hazelton, tied for the league lead in touchdowns, 3 in 2 games. And on the other sideline, comeback year for Canadian Sean Gore from Bishops. He leads the BC Lions in receiving after 2 games.
It's the 399th game for Wally Buono's head coach, 4 years away from the sidelines. Hasn't changed his winning ways. A 2-0 start, 30-13 against the Argos in his career. Scott Milanovic facing Buono for the first time as a head coach. He looks for his career 40th CFL victory after a 30-17 win last week in Saskatchewan. So 2-0 against 1-1, and Anthony Coombs drops deep here at BC Place Stadium and awaiting the kickoff from Richie Leone. Larry Taylor back with Coombs, and we're underway. And it will be Taylor to field it at the Argo 11-yard line. Trying to duck outside and get to the edge. And Larry Taylor has a good return beyond the 35-yard line. 22 on the return. Bola combo brings him down, and Ricky Ray leads an offense out that got a quick start against the Rough Riders last week in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, took advantage of some turnovers in that game, turned them into points early, and then won that football game going away. Slow start for Ricky Ray in game 1 versus Hamilton, but just shy of 500 yards passing in 2 games, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception so far.
Argos start just beyond their 36-yard line. Ray from the pocket swings it out to Brandon Whitaker out of the backfield. Short gain for Whitaker. 2 or 3 on the play.
Take a look at the rest of the offense for the Toronto Argonauts. There's Brandon Whitaker in the backfield with Anthony Coombs, who they will move around as a receiver. Wallace Miles still in the lineup for Kevin Elliott, one of the big 3 out due to injury. And there's your offensive line led by Chris Van Zyl and Josh Burke at the tackles.
Argos had 93 yards in the first 2 series last week and only 93 the rest of the game passing. And on second down underneath, the pass is caught, but it'll be short of the first down. Andre Dury with the catch, but 2-0 to start for the Toronto Argonauts tonight.
One of the main reasons that BC Lions are 2-0 to start the season, the play of their defense this year. Great effort in Hamilton a week ago. And the guy that's going back to return this kick in Chris Rainey. What a start to the season he's had.
In instant field position. Last week fielded the ball 4 times on returns. There's a big kick by Hairolahu, and it's Rainey after a 52-yard punt. But he finds a crease, and he's at it again. And he'll step out of bounds around the 38. So a 23-yard return. He had 149 yards on 4 touches last week. And here comes Jonathan Jennings, who has won 4 consecutive regular season starts, including the opening 2 this year.
When you take a look at his numbers, they don't jump off the page when you divide it by 2 games, just 1 touchdown. But he hasn't made the mistake in the interception department, and the BC Lions are going to the run game and the balanced offensive attack this season. And they're sticking with it from the beginning of the game to the end. That takes some reps away from Jonathan Jennings in the passing game.
228 yards passing in the win in Hamilton last week, and a handoff to the new Lion tailback. That's Anthony Allen for Jeremiah Johnson, and that's a good way to start with a new team. A 13-yard carry for the former Saskatchewan Rough Rider.
The Georgia Tech, Anthony Allen playing for Jeremiah Johnson, injured last week in Hamilton, and no drop-off here really with Anthony Allen. Got into Corey Chamberlain's doghouse a little bit and couldn't get out of it, but a tremendous running back.
First down up at the 50-yard line. Short drop, and the quick hitter is caught by Arsenault and dragged down by the veteran Keon Raymond after a gain of 5.
And there is Anthony Allen in the backfield. Jeremiah Johnson out for 1 week. The injuries to the Lions just a week. And in the receiving corps, the leader in that group, Sean Gore, the Canadian out of Bishops, 3rd in the CFL in the rankings. And 1 change on the offensive line. Kirby Fabian to guard for Charles Valancourt.
2nd and 5. Jennings will take off, and he'll run for the first down and step out untouched in Argo territory after a 6-yard gallop. He does have that ability.
Yes, he does, and he's up against the defensive line. Played a lot better in game 2 in Saskatchewan. Ricky Foley with a sack in that one. Justin Hickman off the other edge, and we will see Sean Lemon, a story that we'll explain later. Corey Greenwood in the linebacking core with 14 tackles in 2 games. There's your secondary. Matt Black's at safety for Jermaine Gabriel.
Here's Allen's 2nd carry, and Anthony Allen being tackled inside the 45. At least 5 more.
You know, you go back a couple of years for Anthony Allen, Saskatchewan, 13 games, he had just shy of 1,000 yards. You project that over a full season, and it's over 13 yards rushing. Very, very capable back. Can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. Should not really be a drop-off. A little different style than Jeremiah Johnson, but should not be a drop-off.
2nd to John Cornish in the rushing derby in 2014. So 2nd down, stays in the block, and the pass intended for Nick Moore is incomplete, and the Lions drive will stall there.
Matt Black played that from the safety spot exactly like he should have. Just stay back deep in the middle and be patient. When that ball goes down the seam, you see him right in the middle of your screen, number 39. He's playing for Jermaine Gabriel, who left last week's game in Saskatchewan early, and you could see him just flow to the football, and I think Jonathan Jennings saw him at the last second and deliberately overthrew his target.
So here's Leone, who led the league in punting last year. Looks for the corner here, and he drills it out of bounds. They'll mark it around the 10-yard line. Well, the 12. That's where Ricky Ray will go on offense. His favorite target so far this season has been Vidal Hazelton. Those quick touchdowns against Hamilton and the long bomb last week against Saskatchewan. Thursday Night Football on TSN is presented by The Brick, saving you more. Back on the West Coast, Ricky Ray 10-17 in his career against the Lions. But his first breakout game as a CFL quarterback was against BC when he passed for 4 touchdowns in a game back in 2002. Changes the play here, and will hand it off to Brandon Whitaker, who's got something left side. And a first down run for Whitaker up to the 25-yard line, 13 for the tailback, who had 40 yards on 11 carries last week.
Well, Toronto's going to want to stay with this run game, even though they're playing against maybe the 2 best run stoppers at linebacker in the Canadian Football League, and Adam Bighill and Solomon Elamimian in the middle. They've still got to be patient with this run game. A nice one off the left side for Brandon Whitaker.
8th against the run last year, but without Solomon Elamimian for most of that. First down, and there's Hazelton a catch over the middle up at the 31 for 6 more.
One change on the D-line for the BC Lions. Mikhail Brooks is out of that interior defensive line position. Bryant Turner Jr. takes over there. There's the linebacking core with Elamimian and Bighill. 14 tackles for Bighill so far in 2 games. Ryan Phillips had a pick in Hamilton. That's 47 careers he climbs up that ladder.
He's in your rearview mirror, Mr. Suter.
Yes, he is.
2nd and 3. Here they come. Ray gets it away, and it's incomplete. Hazelton, the intended target, up against Ronnie Yell. So 1 first down for the Argos on that possession, but the punt team has to come on. Argos stayed in Saskatchewan for a few days after the win, a little team bonding before completing the journey to the West Coast. Now we'll try and cover the punt better than the first one with the dangerous Chris Rainey back at the 31. And this time they surround Rainey and bring him down. Levi Noel was one of the first men downfield. limiting the damage. Back out comes Jonathan Jennings. One of the big reasons this Lion team has been the early season surprise at 2-0. CFL on TSN is brought to you by the Nissan Titan, official vehicle of the Canadian Football League. Got a challenge here from Wally Buono, who thought the Argos were within that 5-yard restraining area on their punt cover team. Maybe thinking if Rainey touches the ball, he's got to go 20 or 30 yards the way he started the season. And let's find out.
Take a look if there's an Argo inside that 5-yard zone, and if he was pushed in or not. There's the catch, like and I would say that, yeah, you got one inside there for sure. Oh, and definitely.
Levi Noel, the rookie who was in on the tackle within 3 yards of Chris Rainey.
And Rainey caught it in the air, which means that's a 15-yard penalty. It's an add-on this year to one of the rules that coaches on the sideline can challenge. All aspects of the passing game now this year, roughing the kicker, roughing the passer, no yards.
Well, this should enhance the field position, and that's what Rainey has done so far. 306 all-purpose yards in the first 2 weeks. A 72-yard punt return touchdown against Calgary. A 56-yard missed field goal return. And a 46-yard punt return last week.
Yeah, you know, and 6 returns coming in. We got a couple more tonight, but 6 coming in and an average of 27 yards on those returns. That's field position, and it seems for Chris Rainey that it's the timing in the game too. One of the reasons they're 2-0. Not sure why.
After review, there is no yards on the play. The BC player pulled the Toronto player into the zone. Therefore, there is no foul.
I will agree to disagree because clearly.
Well, he's saying that he was pulled in, and it looks like in the ruling that the ruling here is that Keenan Parker is pulling the player into the no-yard zone. Wow. But it looked to me like he stepped in on his own the first step. I'm not sure I agree with that call. Yeah. Pulled after he was in, but went in on his own.
So it's a start at the 36-yard line, and the handoffs to Allen, left side, and Anthony Allen looks good. Was in a tough competition for the starter's job in training camp with Jeremiah Johnson, and had a hamstring injury that gave Johnson the early job.
Well, I like so far how Anthony Allen is bouncing to the outside. I mean, there's openings out and around that tackle, and he's taking advantage of it. 14-yard run on that play.
So a 13 and a 14-yard run for Allen here early in the game, and a first down up at the 50-yard line. Going to feed it to him. Test the Argo run defense, and he'll push the pile all the way down to the Toronto 51-yard line.
This is really the evolution of a coordinator in Kahari Jones that throughout his career is just learning, as we all do, as time goes on, and to be this consistent in the running game at this point in the season with a young quarterback, how much that can help him, you just can't speak to enough.
And they'll sneak for the first down. The Lions were 8th rushing the ball last year and 8th on run defense, and Wally Buono wanted to change both stats this season.
Well, and they're just so consistent with it. 49 runs in the first 2 games. Now that means that the numbers for Jonathan Jennings aren't quite there. They almost look pedestrian, but they'll take 2-0 with a young quarterback that's still learning and a consistent running game. That balance is tough to defend.
Also a vote of confidence for that big offensive line anchored by all CFLer Javon Olafiore. And now it's Chris Rainey out of the backfield, and he's got a first down. I think fans anxious to see more of Rainey in the offense. Rainey is too. Wally Buono trying to pace him to make sure he's fresh for special teams.
And the play action sort of sets things up first. Play action from Jonathan Jennings here. That brings the defense up a little bit, gets Foley looking into the backfield, and then he dumps it outside to give Rainey some space. Matt Black makes the tackle from the safety spot.
14 for Rainey, 2 back off ends for the Lions. Laballa was in, and now a deep shot for Argonauts. He's got it! Touchdown! "36-yard touchdown strike. Jonathan Jennings to Manny Arsenault.
The run game will suck up the defense, get them closer to the line of scrimmage. Matt Black a little slow getting out and getting back into that middle to help out on this deep throw, and is a little bit shallow. Manny Arsenault, is he down on the 1, or did he get across the plane? It will be reviewed. All scores
looks
are.
like he's going to be short. So all scoring plays reviewed. And it looks
down.
like he comes up short of the goal line. Arsenault a touchdown last week. That catch puts him over 5,000 yards in his career.
Was reviewed by the command center. The ball carrier was down at the 1-yard line. It'll be first down BC at the 1-yard line.
That's correct call, and that's why they review scoring plays, to make sure they get it right. And that was Manny Arsenault down. The ball did not cross the plane, but what a catch and play. Matt Black made the tackle on that first down to Chris Rainey. He came up a little bit again and hesitated, didn't get back into the deep middle, and Manny Arsenault got behind him.
So it's a 35-yard passing play. Arsenault, the 100th player in CFL history, over 5,000 yards in receiving. So first and goal, 4 men in the backfield, and now just Rainey remains. He goes in motion. Jennings to the right side, not going to get there. He'll lose yardage. And Suits, it's been an adventure on short yardage for teams right across the league so far this year. Former Lion Ricky Foley with a big defensive play.
Yeah, you know, I say all the time that when a quarterback or a running play takes the ball along the line of scrimmage and not just right north-south, there's always the risk that the penetration from the defensive line will snuff the play, and Foley gets upfield, gets in the backfield, and is there.
Yeah, Corey Greenwood as well. Greenwood with a big game last week. 8 tackles at Mosaic. So second and goal from about a yard and a half or so out. Jennings straight ahead this time. Good surge. And it's a BC Lion touchdown.
And most of the times when I would say that quarterback taking the ball laterally along the line of scrimmage can get him in trouble, and they'd always get the first down and prove me wrong. This time it did come through, and then second down, watch the difference. This time Jonathan Jennings just lowers his shoulder, gets his pad level down, goes off the right side of that offensive line, and crosses the plane.
There's a flag down on the play.
After the touchdown, objectional conduct, Toronto, number 29. The scoring play will be reviewed by the command center.
Josh Mitchell. Flagged by the officials. A penalty against the Argos, and still trying to get confirmation that Jennings broke the play.
Guard Jones is trying to communicate to Jennings to go for 2 here.
The previous touchdown was confirmed by the command center. Objectional conduct, number 29, Toronto. That penalty will be applied on the kickoff. BC will go for 2 points.
I believe Josh Mitchell was in coverage on Manny Arsenault.
So the Lions 1 for 2 on 2-point convert attempt so far this year.
I think he was in coverage on Manny Arsenault, maybe still a little frustrated, and took a penalty after, which will be assessed on the kickoff and mean field position again unless Toronto gets a return.
Arsenault and Moore go in motion. Here come the Argos. Pressure, and the ball knocked down. And that is Isaiah Green with the defensive play that denies the Lions the 2-point convert. But it is a 6-play, 74-yard touchdown drive. The big play A 35-yard toss from Jennings to Arsenault. 6-0 BC.
Take a look again at that two-point convert. Jonathan Jennings had to get rid of this quickly with the blitz coming. Marco Iannuzzi did not come back to the football. Even if he did, he may have been held short. It would have taken him back to about the 5-yard line. But a big play over the top to Manny Arsenault sets up the first major of this game.
And some balance in that attack. 25 yards rushing, 49 yards through the air for the first touchdown of the game. Leone kicks it off. Larry Taylor calls for it. And Taylor with a burst. Galloping across the 35 and forced out around the 40-yard line by the kicker, Richie Leone. 35 on the return for Larry Taylor.
Take a look at that touchdown drive for the BC Lions, and that balance is what's important here. The drive starts with an Anthony Allen run. He bounces it outside. Nice 14-yard gain. Get Chris Rainey involved. That brings up Matt Black, the safety. And when he's up and a little shallow, in behind him goes Manny Arsenault.
Argos have won their last 2 visits here in a city where they've had trouble in the past. Here's Andre Dury, and across midfield, Dury, who had a touchdown last week in Saskatchewan, as a first down here to get the Argos on the Lions side of the field for the first time.
Yeah, not a lot of touches, though, in 2 games for Andre Dury. It's nice to see him get involved early in the game for the Argos. A talented guy who can make people miss. Just a couple of catches coming in, and here's one for Dury, and you can see what he can do after he gets the ball in his hands.
Just 6 games in the previous 2 years because of injury. 3rd catch of the year for Dury. First down, Argos, 53-yard line. Ray in trouble, and he sidearms it incomplete, but avoids the sack. Andre Dury, the intended target once again.
Blitz coming from the secondary, but it wasn't the defensive back that's going to get the pressure on Ricky Ray. But he does eat up a block. You don't see him yet, but he's coming from the left of your screen. Defensive back, I believe it was TJ Lee. He comes off the edge, eats up a couple of blocks, allows one of the D linemen to get there.
2nd and 10. 3-man rush. Ray double clutches, throws incomplete, flag down in the Lions secondary.
Corey Gurley over the middle looked like he got bounced around a little bit before that ball arrived.
Illegal contact on a receiver. BC number 56. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Elamimian.
Take a look at Gurley. He's going to just sit down. A little contact here. That timing looked pretty good. That illegal contact had to have happened earlier.
Is a first down. The Argos go double tight ends with the fullbacks Declan Cross and Alexander Dupuis. Ray play action, and the pass is batted down. So brings up another 2nd and 10.
Boy, big return by Larry Taylor. No matter how this turns out for the Argos, they've shifted the field position. Obviously, they want to come away with points, but remember, they had the penalty that was going to be assessed on the kickoff and could have been in a hole again.
So 2nd and 10 at the Lion 43-yard line. Trying to get into better field goal range. Ray dumps it off. Nice catch by Whitaker. Elamimian there to limit the damage. A 3-yard pickup, and now Liram Hairolahu will come out to attempt what will be around a 47-yarder.
I was going to say, with Chris Rainey back to return it, if he's wide, it's right in that bubble area for Scott Milenovich to go ahead and try this long field goal.
Yeah, you better be confident, huh? Hairolahu off to a good start, as you can see. Couple over 50 yards, this from 47. Kilgore the holder, and Ira Lahu is 6 for 6. Argos on the board, cut the Lion lead in half with 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Rich Stubler added a familiar piece back onto the Argos defense with more. Let's join Farhan Lalji.
Thanks, Chris. You know, when it was apparent that Lemon was not going to be able to survive in Chris Jones' system in Saskatchewan, the one place he wanted to go was Toronto so that he could be reunited with Rich Stubler, who was coached with him back in 2011 in Edmonton and 2014 in Calgary. He said that he's the one coach who believed in me when he first came into this league. Stubler, for his part, knows what he's going to get from Lemon. He trusts him impeccably and says that he's a pure edge rusher, and what I ask him to do, he's going to do. Now, earlier in this game, he expected Isaiah Green to make the play on Manny Arsenault down at the 1 yard line. That didn't happen. When Green came to the sideline, Stubler tore a strip off him, said, you have to make the play. He needs to know what he's going to get from his players if he's going to trust them.
Guy who knows his way to the winner's circle, including a Grey Cup title as a defensive coordinator with these BC Lions back in 2000. Lahu kicking it off, and Rainey's got to gallop over to field that inside the 5. Rainey's surrounded, not going anywhere. This Argo cover team doing a better job after a shaky week 1 performance.
It's a good trade for the Argos to get Sean Lemon, who fits nicely into this rotation. And you take back a look at that 14 season in Calgary with Rich Stubler as his defensive coordinator, 13 sacks, 8 forced fumbles. The quarterback hangs onto the ball there. That's 21 sacks for Sean Lemon that year, his biggest year. And so far tonight, he's played 9 of the 13 defensive plays. So he's only been in Argo for a couple of days, and already a big part of their defense because he knows Stubler.
28 sacks in 47 career games. Here's Anthony Allen, another big hole, and it's the run defense of the Argos getting tested in the early going. Allen has 7 more good first down production on the ground.
You take a look and you add Sean Lemon to Justin Hickman and Ricky Foley on the opposite edge. Brian Hall in the middle. Now Tracy Robertson's out in this one, but he'll be back, and that all of a sudden looks like a very solid top-end defensive line with the addition of Lemon.
2nd and 3. Jennings to throw. And he's got Iannuzzi. And a first down for the Harvard product up at the 44-yard line. It's a 20-yard gain for Marco Iannuzzi, his 2nd catch of the season.
You're going to be running that dig route over the middle. Pretty good coverage on him as he cuts across. Owusu Ansah right there in his hip pocket.
Little play action fake to Allen. Jennings in trouble, and he is dropped. Keon Raymond gets home. Ricky Foley was in the area too, and they get to Jennings for the first time.
Key for this for Keon Raymond is to get the help from his defensive lineman, Ricky Foley. Look how far inside he is so Raymond can come around the edge. If Foley gets too wide, then one guy can block both. Keon Raymond is free, gets there, cuts underneath. Foley gets a piece, and Keon Raymond cleans it up.
4th sack of the year for the Argos. That's the 2nd for Raymond. Final play, first quarter, barring a penalty. Jennings has more time, throws, complete. Sean Gore the catch, and lost the football. Argos have it. Sean Gore battling for the first down, and Justin Hickman recovers the fumble. Looked like Brandon Isaac rips it out for Toronto. Toronto native Sean Gore having such a terrific start to the year, battling for extra yards, but this time it costs him. Brandon Isaac forced fumble. Argo football to start the 2nd quarter.
Set.
15 minutes in the books. There are the numbers, the edge to the Lions, but a turnover to end that opening quarter.
Yeah, I think they did have the edge in the first half. I like the balance in their offense with the pass and the run game. Ricky Ray has not been able to go deep, but I'm seeing some exotic blitzes from both defensive coordinators here tonight, and that's par for the course when you're going into week 3.
They've been talking about next man up in BC, Jeremiah Johnson down, but Anthony Allen keeps the beat going for this rushing attack for BC.
Yeah, no question. I mean, not a drop-off at all with Anthony Allen, and Wally Buono knew what he was doing when he made sure that both were part of the organization coming out of training camp. But a big play on defense by Toronto.
Second forced fumble for Brandon Isaac early in this season. And the Argos will start at the BC 44, down by 3. A little counter play here, and Whitaker tripped up following the blocking and tumbles down at the 40-yard line.
Ricky Ray climbs up the all-time list. He's now closing in on 53,000 yards, and a big game tonight, and he could move into 4th place, passing Danny McManus.
Started the night needing 302 yards to leapfrog McManus into 4th all-time in his 50th Canadian Football League season. 2nd and 6. Might be right here. But that pass batted down, and that's twice today. A knockdown of a Ricky Ray pass. And now Scott Milanovic has to decide whether to try another long field goal or punt it into the corner.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the field goal again. Confidence in Hiralahu. And why not? I mean, he's 6 for 6.
Apparently no tip there that Ricky Ray just grounded that football, but it's another 47-yard field goal attempt for Hiralahu. And this one is wide, and now they've got to deal with Chris Rainey. Here he comes, and he gets just tripped up across the 15-yard line. That's a huge tackle downfield as Hiralahu misses for the first time in 2016. Well, they've been an early season story. Are they for real? We asked the head coach.
I've been doing this for too many years to think that, we're not going to have a stretch where things are maybe not going our way. So, are we for real? Did we play well enough in 2 games to win? I'm going to say yes, but there's a lot of good football to be played, and, you want your team to improve.
Lions start again with a run to Allen, and he's taken down with Corey Greenwood. I was really interested yesterday. Wally Buono told me that one of the biggest reasons they're 2-0 is the input he got in the offseason from Mark Trestman, the leading coach in CFL history, and that's what the Lions did. Declining numbers in 4 years without him. Even with all those wins, went and asked somebody else who's got a proven record to help modernize, maybe simplify the way things are done in BC. You can't teach the old dog a new trick. There's Sean Gore. They go back to Gore for another catch, his 2nd of the game. And again, Gore came into this scheme 3rd in the league in receiving.
Smart for Jonathan Jennings to go right back to Sean Gore. Give him that confidence again. Don't worry about the fumble. No big deal. Going back to you for a 12-yard gain and move the chains. You're right, Chris. So Wally Buono, 399 games on the sideline and not too experienced, doesn't think he knows it all. Calls Mark Trestman for some advice.
Here's Allen again. Boy, they're running almost every first down, and that's why Anthony Allen all the way to midfield has 17 more.
Yeah, nice blocks up front. Anthony Allen is just patient on this run, but let's take a look at the big boys make some people and move them out of the way, make them miss by just moving them out of the way, slide into the left, opening up the backside cut lane for Anthony Allen, and he's deep into the secondary before tackled from behind by Foley.
Hunter Stewart at left guard for the first time in his career, former tackle, and Olafioye moving from right to the left side this year, and now they flare it back out to Rainey. And Rainey dodges his way to Argo territory down about the 48-yard line.
The way Jeremiah Johnson played in the first 2 games, I think there were some BC Lion fans wondering if this was going to be an issue. And Anthony Allen, 71 yards rushing in just 7 carries. Tell you what, that's a pretty nice average. Anthony Allen in this first half.
Second and short. Allen fumbles the football. Argos are on it. And Toronto has their second fumble recovery of this first half. And it's Keon Raymond who comes up with it.
And I believe it's newcomer Sean Lemon that causes this fumble. Gets some penetration. Watch number 40.
Well, he has said that's his specialty, forced fumbles. And Lemon has done it again. Argo football when we come back.
Sean Lemon with the forced fumble. Nice swim move right here on Hunter Stewart. Take a look at what he does best. He gets Stewart moving forward, uses his momentum, swims over top of him in the backfield. Anthony Allen doesn't have a chance. The ball is stripped out of his hands. Keon Raymond picks it up.
48th game, that's his 14th forced fumble. When I talked to him yesterday, he said that's the specialty more than the sack, is forcing the ball out. Ray is forced to eat this football as he's under pressure. Looks like he just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Didn't like what he saw initially down the field in coverage. Again, the coverage, an assist on that tackle by the D-line. Alex Bazzi close. A good start by Alex Bazzi for the BC Lions off the edge as well.
Yeah, and he might get credit with a sack there, as it is marked as a loss of about a yard. Would be his 3rd sack in as many games. Second and just over 10. Here they come again. And Ray's throw falls short of the intended target, Kenny Shaw, and it's a 2-and-out.
I'm talking to some of the BC Lion defenders yesterday at the walkthrough. I asked them about facing Ricky Ray. One was Ryan Phillips, but I talked to a couple, Solomon Elamimian as well. And Ryan told me that, you can't disguise with Ricky Ray. He's seen it all, and it'll just put yourself out of position. But you do have to get to him. Get to him early. Try and rattle him.
Ira Lahu. But outside the numbers, Rainey cornered. See if he can get out of there. Not this time. Rainey back to the 12-yard line after a 50-yard boot. It's Military Appreciation Night, and it hits close to home for members of the BC Lions. More on that when we return to BC Place Stadium. Well, Lieutenant Colonel Robin Stewart, part of the coin toss tonight. He just happens to be the father of Hunter Stewart. And with more, let's go down to the sidelines. Here's Farhan.
I want to ask you what it was like for you to be on the field in that capacity, with your son at the coin toss with him being a captain.
Thrilling, absolutely. I'm so excited for him to be out there doing exactly what he wants to do, and he's pumped. You can tell he's motivated.
Yeah, he certainly is, and it must have been a challenge for you. Now you're stationed over on Vancouver Island, but you've been in Korea, you've been in Afghanistan. How difficult was it for you to communicate with and follow your son's career at that time?
You do the best you can. And thankfully, in today's age, you can do that in so many different ways. But yeah, you miss out a little bit, no doubt. But it's a thrill to be here tonight, that's for sure.
You hear all the analogies in football where they compare it to war. You've been there. What do you think when you hear that?
Well, it's easy to make those analogies. I do it myself. But, at the end of the day, you can't trivialize what we do. I mean, there's a bigger cost. But it's the bottom line, it's all about team. It's bringing a diverse bunch of people together and being a cohesive team in order to be successful. That's the real similarity.
Well, thanks for this and thanks for everything you do.
All right. My pleasure.
Yeah, we'll second that, Farhan. And aren't we in good hands with a gentleman like that helping protect us?
Robin with a tour in Afghanistan. He's been to Bosnia, Syria, South Korea. The first 2 years right after 9/11. Joined the forces and has been representing our country since. And we want to say a special hello to all the men and women in the military. 417 Squadron up in Cold Lake. Always got to mention my teammates up there.
He said Hunter was pumped, but I think Dad's pretty pumped too.
I think Dad's excited. That's great.
Which is just great. Leone with the kick. Here's Larry Taylor. Got around the Argo 40, a 51-yard punt, but Taylor's got something on the return. Got it across midfield, but a flag down at the end of the play. We'll sort it out when we return. There's Hunter Stewart. Pumped up. Lions with the lead.
Illegal block. Toronto.
Join us at the half with the GMC Precision Playbook. Tonight, Dwayne Ford talks about hot reads and blitz adjustments. Had to deal with Solomon Elamimian and Adam Bighill and those guys.
Boy, as good as it gets in the middle of the BC defense, this linebacker combo.
Penalty was against Declan Cross, an illegal block. Argo started their 40, handed off to Brandon Whitaker, but somebody moved prematurely.
Procedure, Toronto, number 54. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Right tackle Chris Van Zyl.
Now you get behind the sticks if you're Toronto, makes it that much more difficult. Just 3 points in a quarter and a half. And the Argos have had a couple of turnovers. Remember, the Lions defense gave up just 3 all game last week against Hamilton.
No points on either of those fumble recoveries. First and 15. 3-man rush. Ray gets it away. Hazelton behind coverage again, just like last week. And Ricky Ray over 53,000. There's flags at both ends of the play. But a big connection from Ray to Vidal Hazelton of 43 yards. And it looks like it's coming back.
We have 2 penalties on Toronto on the play. Illegal block, Toronto number 14. That penalty will be declined. Illegal block, hands to the face, Toronto number 59. That 10-yard penalty will be applied. Repeat, first down.
So both tackles have been flagged on this series. Josh Burke draws the penalty this time, the left tackle.
Working on Alex Bazzi. He got that left hand temporarily in the face mask of, it's actually Craig Rowe, not Bazzi, but either way.
The 53-yard penalty.
Big play. Had his hand in the face. It was brief, but he had it up there.
Now first and 25. And Ray swings it to Dury. Got some blocking. Andre Dury bursts through. And he takes off to midfield. Big gainer for Andre Dury. Taken down by Luchez Purifoy, Mike Edom, but that will put Ricky Ray over 53,000 yards passing in his career.
Well, and he's going to get some help out of the backfield with some pulling linemen. Andre Dury picks this screen up, and 2 blockers on Adam Bighill opens up a running lane for Dury. 34-yard gain. Big play, the biggest so far tonight for the Argos on offense.
Dury getting a little attention along the sidelines. Big play for him, his biggest of the year so far. Ray has to step up, throws, wide open, Torrey Gurley. And Gurley's down around the 24-yard line. Ricky Ray with great field presence got it away before crossing the line of scrimmage.
Exactly what it is. It's pocket presence from the veteran Ricky Ray, over 53,000 yards. And watch Ray understand that the pocket is starting to collapse on him, and he's got to step up in that lane. He's got some pursuit from behind him. He has that pocket presence to just wait, drop it over to Gurley, over the middle. 28-yard gain.
Just one catch for Gurley last week, and his first of this game is a 28-yard connection. Got an injured BC Lion. And that's Ronnie Yell, the boundary corner, who will have to come out for at least 3 plays.
He was hit by his own man, Mike Edom, the safety, coming over on that tackle.
And The head coach out to talk to the defense, who let the Argos off the hook after a 1st and 25 back deep in Toronto territory.
Oh, did they ever? That screenplay. Argos win that game. You can go back and look at that as the old-fashioned TSN turning point, I guarantee you, because that one got him out of a hole. Gurley right there. You see Edom come over the top of Ronnie Yell. Nice play call on the screen to Andre Gurley.
Brandon Stewart comes to the short side corner. Keenan Parker in at field corner now. The adjustment made after the injury. They'll go after Keenan Parker. End zone in. Gurley can't make the catch. So they go right after the young guy on the corner.
Oh, absolutely. Take a shot out there, and it looked to me like Torrey Gurley didn't find the ball soon enough, because if he does, he fades away from this and has the space to make the catch. See, the ball's in the air now. He's trying to find it. Then he finds it. Now he just can't react in time. That's exactly where Ricky Ray wanted to put it. See if they go after him one more time out there.
2nd and 10 from the Lion 23. 3 receivers short side. Ray looking that way, now the other, and gonna have to throw it away. David Menard, one of 3 Lions in hot pursuit.
Still a successful drive for the Argos. Get out of that hole. 1st and 25 on the screen in positive territory and put the field goal team out there. You're on the road and can tie it up going in at halftime. I think Scott Mladenovich would be happy with that against a very good BC defense this year.
So 1 for 2, both attempts from 47, and now Hairulahu from 30 yards out, looking to tie it up, splits the uprights, and it's 6-6 here with just under 6 minutes left here in the first half. So the odometer clicks over again for Ricky Ray, up over 53,000, and we talk to him about these kind of milestones.
I've thought about it. I mean, obviously, like in the off season or something, you see how close you are. But during the season, I really don't think about it too much. And yeah, I'll probably enjoy it more when I'm done playing. You know, when I can start bragging about myself, you know, to the young guys and telling my stories.
Yeah, just like him to be bragging.
He's looking at that new iPad right now. All he's worried about right now is how to figure out this defense.
206 yards away from Danny McManus. There's a catch for Brian Burnham. First time we've called his name tonight. 8th catch of the year.
One of the few times the Lions have thrown on first down.
6 for Burnham, and a 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line. Jennings stands in, wants Iannuzzi, and just off his fingertips. He had a stride on Aaron Berry, and a missed opportunity for the Lions there.
Iannuzzi running the post over the top. He takes advantage of, again, Matt Black that's getting jumpy at the safety spot, not staying back in the deep middle, and they're testing him back there. Here's Iannuzzi on that post pattern now. If the safety's deep, this should be an interception ball for the Toronto Argonauts, but you see he got antsy.
Larry Taylor back inside his 15, a 55-yard punt, and Taylor brings it back to the 25-yard line.
Now take a look and just show you here once again. There is Matt Black. Now watch how his feet stop moving backwards. He jumps that curl. Now he's left his corner out to dry there. Now Iannuzzi took that a little too far into the middle. Looked like Jonathan Jennings threw a post seam, not a post over the middle.
A couple 2-and-outs for the Lions, who did not have one last week. You see Jennings going over to confer with Iannuzzi. And the veteran quarterback goes back to work. A little stutter step and a toss to Whitaker. And he is stumped. That's T.J. Lee, the third from his defensive halfback position, making the tackle.
Well, after that last drive and the screenplay success from Toronto, it looked like Mark Washington, the defensive coordinator, went to some pressure on that first down. He had Solomon Elamimian up in the line of scrimmage. He had Adam Bighill up there, and those guys were getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to attack rather than sit back and wait and let that screenplay develop.
Interesting, last week.
Offside, Toronto, number 14. That penalty's declined. Second down.
Ball was miles offside. Ray talked about how difficult it was at times last week as Chris Jones was dropping 10 at times. Sometimes that's effective. Other times pressure gets to a quarterback, but sometimes Ray invites the pressure and doesn't mind trying to beat it. 2nd and 12. No pressure here. 3-man rush. Time and underneath. Alexander Dupuis, the fullback, has a catch and a short gain, but the Argos will have to punt.
Wade Purfoy comes up from that nickel spot and makes a tackle. University of Florida product, top-ranked prospect coming out of high school in Pensacola, Florida. Made the team in training camp, and that's exactly the design of the defense. Get him in 2nd and long, make him throw it underneath on 2nd down, and rally to the tackle.
Lions excited about Purifoy and what he has brought to the table in the early going. Here's Rainey, 45-yard punt, and he slides under the first wave and brings it across the 40-yard line. Punt cover's done the job against Rainey so far here tonight.
They really have. I asked Wally Buono about Chris Rainey yesterday, and he said, you know, I've said to Rainey that you can go ahead and strike out. You can strike out again. You can strike out one more time and then hit that home run, because that's what can change the game just like that. So pretty much free reign for Chris Rainey to take some shots. Sometimes he's got to know the situation, of course, but they're okay if he decides to lose some yards to get a big return.
Lions fake it to Allen. They wanted to shovel it back, but that wasn't available. And the pass in the flat's incomplete. It popped into the hands of Nick Moore.
Now, part of what right now Rich Stubler is doing defensively for Toronto is he's loading up the middle coverage-wise, making it hard for Jonathan Jennings to get to Nick Moore, to get to Manny Arsenault. He's making John Jennings throw to the outside to Marco Iannuzzi. He's been targeted 3-4 times already tonight.
Now the Argos show a 3-man front on 2nd and 10. Well, they do rush 4. Jennings over the middle. Nick Moore a catch. His momentum brought him back short of the first down, but I think forward progress is indeed gained close to midfield. 13 and a first down for Nick Moore as we hit the 3-minute warning. A 2nd down conversion catch for the returning BC Lion, Nick Moore.
Rod Smith back in the studio. Coming up in 3 minutes time, highlights of Dunnigan and Climbing. And if there's time, we'll have highlights of a big win by Winnipeg as well. We'll show you. Big one in Hamilton tonight. Coach's playbook as well. All coming up. Back to Chris and Glenn.
Well, what a win for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Off the schneid in Hamilton tonight. Some early movement on the right side.
Antonio Johnson. Yep, right tackle.
New right tackle out of North
BC
Texas.
number 57. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
That first down catch by Nick Moore, interesting in the way that the Argos played it defensively. It could set up a big play for the BC Lions down the road here.
Moore's first catch of the night, 6 different BC receiver with a reception in the game. 1st and 15. And they'll screen it off to Allen up over midfield.
Let's go back, Chris, for a second to that Nick Moore catch for first down a couple plays ago. Where there's an under, there's an over to Moore. Now this time, this receiver is going to curl, but watch the progression of what can happen and what may happen for the Lions later. If Matt Black keeps jumping this like this, The next move is for that receiver to go to the hole and take advantage of a safety who's getting very aggressive in the middle and coming up on those overruns.
Seven for Allen, 2nd and 8. Jennings has time over the middle, and it's complete. Manny Arsenault's got a kick.
Flag down in the backfield, but man, did Jonathan Jennings gun that ball.
Holding, BC number 50. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Comes back on the holding call against Kirby Fabian, an injured Argo in the secondary. That's Josh Mitchell, and the Argos have only one extra DB on the roster tonight without Jermaine Gabriel. And so they'll have to do some juggling, although they last week saw Brandon Isaac move to the corner from the Sam linebacker spot. There's the rookie out of Nebraska, former defensive captain of the Cornhuskers, Josh Mitchell.
Well, Ken Bishop for the Argos, as we wait on this injury right here, is going to cause Kirby Fabian to get this holding call because of his size and strength. He's just bull rushing right through with that rip from the right arm, and Fabian has to grab his shoulder pad, taking that big play for Jonathan Jennings off the board. That was some kind of throw over the middle. He threw a dart.
Athletic therapist Scott Shannon working on Mitchell.
Big
Ken
Bishop,
former Dallas Cowboy, a
306
big
pounds.
run stopper, who showed you his rushing the quarterback abilities on that last play, and Josh Mitchell needs some help to the sidelines.
That's not good news. Can't put any weight on that left foot and left leg.
Young guy that the Argos were very excited about. TJ Heath is the lone extra defensive back, and he'll come in.
Started the first game, and he went to Aaron Berry. It was a good battle between TJ Heath and Aaron Berry in camp as they talk it over.
Now they're partners in crime. TJ Heath had a pair of interceptions in the first preseason game against Hamilton. Looks like Mitchell's night's done, and after the penalty, 2nd and 18 back at the 46. Three-man front. Miles coming to. Jennings with Brian Hall in pursuit. Rolling, throwing, and incomplete. Wanted Burnham. And Isaiah Green was there defensively.
Yeah, Isaiah Green kept with it. He came back and kept with it, kept coming, because Jonathan Jennings had bought time. He recognized three-man pressure, so he just took his time, rolled out, and he waited for Burnham to come back to the football. Deep receivers go back to the ball, back towards the line of scrimmage, but look at Green, just relentless in his coverage.
Leone drives it back to the Argo 10, a 54-yard boot. And Larry Taylor wrestled down. And the coverage on the play from Adrian Clark, the second-year man out of Bishops. Cover teams have done a decent job on two electrifying return men tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Taylor's had a couple. And right in the middle of your screen, you're going to see a nice tackle in the open field, fill in the lane. Bo Lacumbo gets juked. But not Clark.
Under 2 minutes to go here, first half. Argo start at the 20, and it's almost a pick six. Ryan Phillips read the mail and came that close to his 48th career interception.
Oh, and it would have been 6. And he can't believe it. We talked about it yesterday. As he climbs up the ladder, Ryan Phillips, sitting right now at 47, read that little swing pass out to Anthony Coombs. And all he did was forget to hang on, and he walks in the end zone. Cannot believe it.
Interception and fumble recovery last week in Hamilton. A shovel inside. Whitaker not going very far. Craig death row with the tackle. Former Michigan Wolverine.
This is Ryan Phillips' 12th season in the CFL. He had a 12 interception season early in his career, and that's why his totals.
BC.
I have to thank Dave Moyer for putting me in that list, but the bottom line is
that's just wants to let you know Phillips is closing fast.
Well, that's why we talk about it all the time, and I honestly hope I'm doing the game when Ryan Phillips goes past me, and he will. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to see it this year because he's a ball hawk.
4 behind Larry Crawford, who has the BC Lion record for career interceptions. Lions called a timeout, so they'll have some time to break this tie here in the opening half. Both Rainey and Iannuzzi are back. Iralahu. Rainey at his 43. 44-yard punt. Rainey going west and not very far as he is tackled by U of T product Kevin Bradfield. A reminder, Friday Night Football returns tomorrow. Stampeders clash with the Red Blacks at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific across the TSN network. And then Chris Jones makes his return to Edmonton for regular season action. It's Saskatchewan against the Eskimos, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on TSN 1, 3, and 4. That's a pretty good doubleheader.
Yeah, Chris Jones returns to Edmonton, and I want to see in that first game, I've set the PVR, I want to see if anyone can cover Chris Williams.
What's the over-under? 150 yards a game for him. Here's a pass for Gore, third catch of the game. Dragged down by Brandon Isaac.
Isaac was close on that break. He was close there. And inside out, the veteran.
Sean Gore, Toronto product, grew up cheering for the Argos. Now in his 7th year as a BC Lion. 2nd and 4. Here comes pressure. Jennings stands in, and it's knocked down. Quick close there from Matt Black.
Well, that time it wasn't aggressive, leaving his middle of the safety, or the safety spot in the middle. That was a rolled coverage where Rich Stubler takes him out of the middle, rolls him down underneath, and when John Jennings looks up and thinks, wait a minute, the safety should be deeper, he breaks down on that. That's his zone in that particular coverage. A nice change up there from Stubler.
Boy, the defenses have been stingy in this first half. Another big Leone boot, and it's Taylor back at his 5. Got a block, and now turns the corner. Larry Taylor up around the 50-yard line, so the Argos in the final minute get field position from Taylor and have their own chance to break the tie. A 45-yard return by Taylor.
Phil Bates gets the assist on this. Nice return by Larry Taylor, because Taylor needs one block as he goes to his right to get the corner and get the edge. He needs a block right there on Jason Araki. Bates gets it, and that gives Larry Taylor the edge.
57-yarder last week to set up an Argo touchdown. A big return here near midfield, and Ray looks downfield, nobody home. Troubled, flag down, and Ray finally throws it away. A holding call likely against Toronto.
Boy, how many, I don't know what the percentage is, but how many times do you see if a quarterback holds the ball this long, a holding call thrown? I mean, the offensive line are still playing. They're trying to protect
Toronto,
their guy.
number 59. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
But you almost can't fault Josh Burke for this holding, because he's trying to keep his quarterback upright. But the play takes so long to develop. You just can't hold your block that long.
Former top offensive lineman in the league, honored in 2011. You can tell he doesn't agree with the call. 2nd and 20. Lions have been winning that battle up front. Excuse me, 1st and 20. And Whitaker not going very far.
wonder if Marcus Brady and Ricky Ray roll in that wheel route we saw to Torrey Gurley that was taken off the board due to penalty. Dial that one up again on another 2nd and long situation. See if the Lions secondary has made any adjustments on that one.
Downfield, dumps it off, and it's Whitaker who has to beat a man. He does! Brandon Whitaker down the sidelines and into field goal range with 4 seconds to go.
Great move in the open field. This is all Brandon Whitaker out of the backfield. Ricky Ray sells it. He's going to take a look hard to this side of the formation. That's to pull the defenders that way and now make it a one-on-one on Purifoy. And watch the move by Brandon Whitaker in the open field. One guy mixed, bounce it outside, good speed, 1st down on 2nd and long. That's nice.
So a 3rd try in the first half for Hairolahu from 47 out. 2 for 3. Puts it up and through. Final play first half, and the Argos claim the lead. What a big play by Brandon Whitaker, a 29-yarder, setting up a 47-yard field goal by Liram Hairolahu. 3 field goals for the Argos, a touchdown for the Lions, and it's 9-6 at the half. Toronto as we join the panel. And Rod Smith. Half on the West Coast. Let's first join Farhan Lalji with Anthony Allen.
Anthony, you knew this team was committed to the run, but 14 carries in the first half. Did you expect that?
I didn't expect that, but I'm going to keep running as long as they keep giving it to me.
Now, you did have the fumble, and there were 2 fumbles in this game. It may have been the only thing that kept this team off the score sheet was that rust, good defense. What do you attribute it to?
We're beating ourselves right now. We should be in the league. We're playing against a good team, no. We're playing against a pro team, so we're hurting ourselves right now. We'll come out this half. Make up for those mistakes, win this game.
Thanks for this.
No problem, thank you.
Bit of a chess match right now.
Defense has had the best of it in the first 30 minutes. See if Jennings and Ray can change that here in the second half. Wally Buono's defense has held teams to under 20 points in the first 2 games. They only did it twice all of last season. Rainey to get things going in the second half. The explosive Chris Rainey is dragged down at the 30-yard line. It's TJ Heath with a tackle and a 27-yard return for Chris Rainey as Jonathan Jennings comes out for the second half.
About typical for what he's done over the last couple of games. I mean, he's about 250 yards passing per game. Again, he hasn't thrown the interception. I know Lions fans are saying knock on wood when you say that, but when you consider that there's been 14 running plays, Anthony Allen involved as much as he is, that takes away that throw for Jonathan Jennings.
Haven't had the same kind of field position starts they had in the first 2 weeks. Average start to 30, which is where they start here, and they start again with Allen on the ground, and look at him go. He'll leapfrog over one. Corey Greenwood will draw an extra penalty, tossing him aside when he was already out of bounds. So 15 on the carry and tack on more.
How about that stiff arm in the open field on the first cut? He's big too. You know, Anthony Allen is 6'3", 240. I mean, this is not a tiny little back. This is a big, solid running back. Watch the stiff arm.
Major foul.
Oh,
Unnecessary
right
roughness. Toronto, number 27. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
It was just that little throw as Corey Greenwood got the penalty flag for that throw after he was well out of bounds.
So it becomes a 30-yard play and a 1st down at the Argo 49. Why not give it back to him? More room left side, but this time a flag into the secondary again, dragged down by Keon Raymond. 15 more that would put him right at 100, but this one looks like it's coming back.
I'm not sure what the call is, but I thought there was a nice block by the tight end in this play, Oli Lumbala. See if those old linemen on the interior get called on the holding here.
Holding, BC number 62. 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
That's the center, Cody Husband, who's graded out well the first couple of weeks at a new position.
Let me show you Lumbala's block first anyway. There it is on the outside. I know the play was taken off due to penalty, but when you can show that nice blocking by a tight end, that's out there on Justin Hickman. Cody Husband takes the holding call.
Go first and 20. A lot of steamboats, and now running out of time. Lost his balance, and Brian Hall will get credit for the sack, his second of the season.
Great coverage by Aaron Berry back in the deep end. Jonathan Jennings wanted to go to Sean Gore on the outside. Gore's down here, and watch Berry on the outside and covered. He's just going to take him and run with him down the field. He turns, comes out of his backfield, pedal nicely, a little bit of double coverage. He gets TJ Heath underneath it. That's where Jonathan Jennings wanted to go, but his receiver double covered.
So now it's 2nd and 32. They'll call the draw. And Allen back up around the 49-yard line. And that will get him right to 100 yards in his first start as a BC Lion. Punt team comes on.
And I like the play call, to be honest with you. You don't expect really even to get the first down there, but make up some of that yardage, keep the field position advantage, put your special teams out there.
Leone to Taylor. Another 50-yard plus boot. Taylor scampers back across the 20, out at the 24-yard line. Ricky Ray will get set for his first possession, second half. A couple of big second down conversion plays that get key field goals. Leads by 3 here in quarter number 3. Get the weekend started early. And a defensive battle here at BC Place Stadium tonight.
Young fans enjoying a defensive battle right now, but with the weapons on the field, at any moment you could see these offenses explode with some big plays on Military Appreciation Night here in BC.
Argonauts start at their 24-yard line. Ray short drop to the wide side. There's Gurley getting outside, and Torrey Gurley up around midfield, finally pushed out. A late flag as he goes out of bounds around midfield. A holding call after the first down was gained. Would be a 34-yard play. How much of it's coming back?
After the first down was gained, holding, Toronto number 88. 10-yard penalty, first down Toronto.
Penalty against Phil Bates.
Mark Washington loads the line of scrimmage. There's Torrey Gurley, and it's just a matter of Ricky Ray getting the ball out of his hands before the blitz gets there, and then Gurley just has one guy to beat. That's Brandon Stewart on the outside, does that. And then some of the yardage taken off because of the holding call on Bates. Ryan Phillips gets held.
Bates with a handful of BC Lion jersey. Here, Brandon Whitaker, second level. What a cutback. He's into Lion territory and still going down to the 35. His best run of the night, been overshadowed a little bit in the running game by Anthony Allen until that 32-yard gallop.
Well, he's been such a great pro for 8 years in the CFL, this being his 8th. To see Brandon Whitaker finally kind of break out. First 2 games, he was used often in the blocking and protection game, but he gets through that hole, makes himself skinny through the hole, and then that cut back into the middle, as good as it gets.
32 yards, a season best. He gets it again off the right side, and Adam Big Hill says enough of that.
He had 42 yards in 2 games coming into this game tonight. 32 on that run alone. Can still get it done. He's got 53 total yards on the evening with lots of football to be played. Good to see him kind of break out. And we're seeing that kind of game. Grind it out, big play from your running backs, grind it out. Now can the Argos finish?
73 yards from scrimmage last week against Saskatchewan. Argos in field goal range, but looking for more than that on 2nd and 6. Here comes Big Hill on the blitz. Pressure on. Ray got away. And he's going to take off. There is a flag, and Ray runs out of bounds at the first down stick. The flag was in the Lions secondary. Ray ran for a 19-yard first down against Saskatchewan. 8 here to move the chains pending this penalty.
Illegal contact, BC number 0. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Toronto.
Purifoy called. And so it's down to the Lion 21, first down, Toronto.
Take a look at Bates here. I think it was the contact on Bates. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was Purifoy. You can't jam past 5 yards.
Ray changes the play. 7 seconds on the play clock. They're going to get it off. They do. And he's got Gurley. Corey Gurley trying to get outside. It's another Argo first down. Gurley to the 10.
Torrey Gurley getting more involved in this second half as he comes in on this little dig route and working on Brandon Stewart playing that wide side corner. Spins out of it, and now we're seeing some of the offensive skill set, offensive talent emerge here. Nice play calling by Marcus Brady. Get Brandon Whitaker involved early in the drive and now throw it.
Similar to the Lion drives with the balance of run and pass. First and goal. Ray stands in. End zone throw, and almost intercepted by the safety, Mike Edom.
A good conversation with Ryan Phillips about Mike Edom and his development in the middle of that defense. Free agent pickup by the BC Lions in the offseason, and someone that can really solidify that safety spot. I mean, he jumps this and reads it bang on and just has to hang on to the football. Not even hit in the process.
I think Gurley might have made a defensive play, or is that just a flat-out drop by the safety?
Yeah, I don't think he did get there.
No.
I think it was all Edom, and he just let it hit the turf.
A couple of drops in that secondary for the Lions, and now Ray under pressure. He's going down. Purifoy got there first. And the Lions defense with a stand.
The design of this play as Purifoy comes off the edge is to get this pressure coming here because Whitaker's on the wheel route on the outside. And Ricky Ray needs a little bit more time to get Brandon Whitaker to get someone to bite on that out and up. No way. Purifoy's there too quickly.
Hairelahu attempting his 4th of the night from 25 out of the hold of Kilgore. And the Argos now have a 6-point lead. 4 Hairelahu field goals so far tonight. Argos with the lead, and Anthony Allen and the Lions offense will try and change that when we return. In Edmonton, it's Tackle Hunger Night tomorrow night at Commonwealth. The Eskimos playing host to Chris Jones and the Saskatchewan Roughriders, a great cause, and the Eskimos kick things off with a $5,000 donation to the Purelator Tackle Hunger Fund. Lions take over at their own 35. Anthony Allen over 100 yards rushing on the night, but Jonathan Jennings throwing here, and it's picked off. Keon Raymond with the interception, and Raymond has his first as a Toronto Argonaut.
I think the assist goes to the D-line on Jonathan Jennings here. He tried to step up and throw this deep ball and gets hit as he's trying to throw it. I believe it is, again, that interior defensive lineman, Ken Bishop, right here. He gets that good push up the middle. Again, 306 pounds, a straight bull rush, and as Jennings steps into it, he hits the right arm.
So it's the 3rd turnover of the night by the BC Lions on the first interception thrown by Jennings this season. Start near midfield. Ray goes to the air, and he's got Fidel Hazelton bumped out first down. Ronnie Yell in coverage for the Lions. 16-yard pickup for Hazelton.
Let's watch some nice route running here from Vidal Hazelton as he pushes Ronnie Yell up the field, gets him to turn out of his back pedal like he's got to go deep, and then comes back on that comeback out to the sideline. That's textbook route running from Hazelton.
Second catch of the night for Hazelton. First down Argos, Kenny Shaw in motion. 4 receivers now to the wide side, but they'll run up the middle, and Whitaker with a good first down carry. Alex Bazzi the tackle, but Whitaker's got 7.
Running game established in this second half, so now the defensive secondary for the BC Lions can't get the help of underneath drops from Solomon Elamimian and Adam Bighill, because Bighill and Elamimian now are focused in on 3. He's keeping them to the line of scrimmage.
Argos have had trouble converting on second down. A little misdirection here, Dury, and he is going to be stopped up. Nowhere to go. Closed down quickly by Ronnie Yell on the corner.
Boy, this play looked like it had potential when the first misdirection pitch happened from Ricky Ray underneath, and it looked like Adam Bighill had come inside and was caught there, and Dury was going to get the edge, but nice pursuit from inside out.
Been a problem for the Argos converting on second down, in particular second and short. Came into the game just 28.6% on second and 3 or less, and so they'll settle for the Hairolahu field goal. It's his 5th of the game. The Argos lead by 9. On a Western trip, let's go back to the sidelines. Here's Farhan.
Yeah, Chris, after this game, the Argos are going to take the red eye home because they've spent a lot of time away from home. After their game in Regina last Thursday, they spent the next 4 days in the Queen City, and they had a chance to bond, although Ricky Foley says that wasn't necessarily needed because they were a pretty close group coming out of training camp. They were able to get a rookie night in, which didn't happen during camp. Sean McEwen, the rookie offensive lineman, had to put on a bit of a performance that night. But really the biggest thing that's happened is they were able to avoid the time change. They're fully acclimated right now to the West Coast, and say coming out here in the second half, it should pay dividends.
Yeah, that had been an issue in the past. Mentioned they won their last 2 games here in BC, but forever this was almost an impossible place for the Argos to win.
It also made it pretty convenient in the trade for Sean
Yeah.
Lemon, when Sean Lemon, a Saskatchewan Rough Rider, could just hand in his green stuff and in the same practice field walk out and say, here, just give me some double blue and let's go.
An opponent a week ago, now a comrade that, and fitting right in. He's made a big play with a forced fumble tonight.
19 of 32 plays in the first half, he was on the field.
3-man rush, including Lemon. Pocket closes, there's Ken Bishop. And Bishop starting to step up and be a force here in the middle for the Argos.
Well, he really is, Chris. I mean, whether it's Kirby Fabian on one side or Hunter Stewart on the other, the interior of this offensive line is having all kinds of problems trying to handle Ken Bishop in the middle. I mean, whether it depends. Look, he's fighting the double team. He just pushes the pocket back and takes Jonathan Jennings on a 3-man pressure, 3-man rush.
Leone to Taylor. Sidesteps and can't maintain his balance. Purifoy with the special teams tackle. What a big play by Bishop. And the Argos have a 9-point lead and the football. Mentioned it is Canadian Armed Forces night here. It's a proud night for Jason Araki, one of the captains who led the team out. Proud of his brother Nick, who serves in our armed forces.
When he was over in Afghanistan, I used to always put his initials on my top of my cleats, because anytime I looked down because I felt tired or felt sorry for myself, I would always see his initials, and I would remind myself that what he was going through was, no matter what, was worse than what I was going through at the time. So it was a reminder for me to just kind of remember where I was at and remember how lucky I was and how lucky everybody is.
Well said. Jason Araki, his brother Nick, an infantry officer in Royal Hamilton Light Infantry, as he mentioned, been over in Afghanistan in firefights over there.
Argos back to work. They'll dump it down again to Whitaker, who lost his footing and has a short gain. Last possession for the Argos was the first time they've scored points off turnovers tonight.
And Jason Araki just 7 tackles away from taking first place in the special teams all-time tackle list. And a special hello to his brother Nick and all the men and women in the Canadian Armed Forces. Stay safe, and thank you for what you do.
Second and 7 for the Argos. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Ray has some time again, checks down, and Whitaker's got to make a man miss. He's going to come up a yard and a half short of the first down.
You know, one of the keys to the Argos in this third quarter and the big plays they're making offensively, not on that one there in particular, but some of these runs from Whitaker or Torrey Gurley has been to make that first guy miss. And it was almost the case again there because Solomon Elamimian, one of the best tacklers in the game, inside out, just got the shoe top of Brandon Whitaker there.
Elamimian with his 4th tackle of the night. Iralahu. High, not deep. 42-yard punt. Does Rainey have the edge? No, he doesn't. Tracked down by Kyle Ellsworth. A recent addition to the Argos out of Michigan State, and a big special teams tackle there. Well, from HBO, the network that brought you True Detective, comes the next groundbreaking crime drama, The Night of. An 8-part event premieres Sunday, 9 Eastern, only on HBO Canada. Lions' only score of the night, a touchdown that was unconverted at 4:53 of the opening quarter. And Jonathan Jennings is out, and the veteran Travis Lulay into the game. See if he can kickstart this Lions offense. Flag down, Burnham the catch. And Burnham bumped out of the Argo bench. Let's see what the penalty's all about.
See what this penalty is, because don't be surprised if there was early movement on the offensive line. Whomever was playing in front of Ken Bishop probably flinched.
Going back. Procedure. BC number 63. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
Well, it's left tackle Olafioye. And they'll walk back 5. Well, Travis Lulay, a backup, still one of the leaders, a mentor to Jennings, captain. And now trying to get this Lions offense going here in the second half. Remember, they trailed 17-6 against Calgary in their home opener and came back. Here's a nice grab, a one-handed catch by Allen. And he's up to the 35.
Yeah, a big catch because it looked like it was just out of his reach. But I mentioned off the top, Anthony Allen's good back catching the ball out of the backfield. He shows it there because this gives Travis Lulay and this offense a manageable situation on second down. That's pretty.
Got 10, so 2nd and 5. Here comes the pressure, and the pass incomplete, but a flag in the backfield, and is that going to be a low hit on the quarterback? Sean Lemon with pressure.
I think you're right.
Major foul. Roughing the passer. Toronto number 40. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Inside move. He's in the backfield. I think he got tripped up here, too. This doesn't look to me like, when I saw it live, intentional. Just tries to make an inside move on Hunter Stewart, and then you see him stumble. But doesn't matter if you stumble or get pushed. If you hit the quarterback low, it's a penalty.
So it gives Lulay and the Lions a fresh set of downs up at the 51. Two backs. Lambala releases. Looking for more than that, and it's Burnham with the catch. Aaron buried the tackle, but another Lion first down. BC's into Argo territory.
You know, this is a former MVP of the Grey Cup Championship back in 2011. He's got his arm strength back. First time he's really pain-free from Travis Lulay for the last couple of years. Came out of training camp ready. Now, Jonathan Jennings, the future, but this is a good move just to let him watch from the sideline.
Hand off Allen, and this time not going very far. Brian Hall with the stop.
You could see in the preseason that his arm strength was back to this year in 2011. The MOP of the league, MVP of the Cup, 11-7 football team, and 11-12. He was 23-11 record, leading the BC Lions. And you're right, he's been a great mentor for Jonathan Jennings. But that offense had stalled. This is a good move for the BC Lions.
Just signed a 2-year extension with the understanding that this would be the role he would play. Trying to take advantage here. Looking downfield, Burnham! Broken up on the play as Isaiah Green with the knockdown.
Boy, you know, it's a subtle thing, but if Brian Burnham comes back just a little bit, he comes down and runs this post. If he just bends it back a little bit when the ball's about to arrive, he may cut off Isaiah Green here. Isaiah Green closes and then beats him to the spot as he cuts underneath him with the knockdown with the right hand.
Leone with the line drive looking for the corner. And we'll see where they spot it. Didn't look like it was going out. And they keep walking here. They're going to mark it out at the, what looks like around the 19-yard line. So just avoids the penalty. And that's where the Argos will have the ball with under 30 seconds to go in the first half, or in the third quarter.
Jonathan Jennings, Chris, says, 5-3 as a starter. His last 4 going back to the last 2 games he started last year. I mean, this is not Jennings is an issue now. This is just the offense stalled a little bit. You've got a proven veteran, former MOP ready to go. I like the move. Shake it up a little bit.
Whitaker on first down. Not much there. Slides forward to the 20 and has one. And time for one more play in the first half. Or in the third quarter, excuse me. These two teams have split their last 3 years of games. Prior to that, BC had won 9 of 10. So second and long from the 20. 3-man rush. They drop 9. And Ray starts to scramble. Elimimian in pursuit, and Ray has a receiver, Torrey Gurley, out there, and he's got a first down. Third catch of the second half for Gurley. Moves the chains as we wrap up, the third quarter. 15 minutes left. It's a 15-6 Toronto lead. At BC Place, a defensive battle. Argos with the lead.
Yeah, a couple of plays made in that third quarter by the Argo offense, and at the end of the half, it was 133-132 passing yards between these two quarterbacks, and Ricky Ray has taken a bit of an advantage here. I think one of the reasons being that guys like Torrey Gurley and Brandon Whitaker are making the first guy miss, and it's the yards after the catch that are adding up.
Interesting, because in the first 2 games, the Argos only had 120 yards after the catch. So 60 yards a game, but you're right, tonight we've seen Whitaker, Gurley, Andre Dury making the first man miss, and those totals have been different tonight.
Well, that's unusual too, and Mark Washington has guys like Solomon Elimimian, Adam Bighill, and tacklers at that level. They don't often miss.
Big conversion on 2nd and 9 on that catch by Gurley. Fresh set of downs, and back to Whitaker inside, and Adam Bighill drags him down. Bighill with his 3rd tackle of the night.
Boy, scrapes nicely to that play too. He just basically is going to take advantage of the defensive line eating up all the blocks up front. Scrape, scrape, scrape into the hole. Shut it down.
Second and 7, that's Coombs in motion. Here they come, and they get home quickly. Elimimian's there, Lacombo's there, and a late flag flies, but Mark Washington sent the house.
Yes, he did. Solomon Elimimian, Adam Bighill,
and Ray,
Lacombo.
Limp after the play.
There's one, there's another, and here comes Solomon Elimimian as well.
Major foul, roughing the passer, BC number 8. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
There's the low hit, though, that negates the sack and gives the Argos a valuable first down.
Well, I didn't see a low hit. I'm wondering if Bo Lacombo, Chris, was overly aggressive with the head area. He's at the top. I think Wally Buono wants to challenge this because I didn't see a low hit.
Yeah. We may get a challenge. And the flag is out to review.
Can challenge roughing the passer either way, whether if you're looking for a call on it or trying to dispute a call that's been made, but there was no real low hit there. No. And Ray was in a crouch position because the first contact, he was trying to protect himself.
BC is challenging roughing the passer on the previous play. We'll review the play.
Well, we've established no low hit. Was there a hit to the helmet of any kind that would lead to a flag?
Well, even in that scenario, you take a look at Ray going down here. Watch first contact from inside. See, now he's going down protecting himself. And I'm not sure how you avoid the helmet at that point. Now, if something happened with Lacombo at the end there.
Did he twist Ray when he was down? That's the only way that flag should come out.
I don't know if there was a real twist, but that's what they have to be looking at because I didn't see anything illegal or any rough play, unnecessary roughness other than possibly that. I mean, contact there, so he's going down. That's fine contact. That's good from Solomon Elimimian. Now, did Lacombo just try and let go? I didn't see a twist. You see a twist there?
No, Brian Turner I did see was the first man to make contact. Boy, did he shoot the gap. And then Elimimian, and then Lacombo, and does the arm come across the face mask? You can't really see there. See what the officials got?
After the review, the ruling on the field stands. Roughing the passer, first down Toronto.
I don't know about that one. I mean, it had to be at the very end. They felt that Lacombo pulled Ricky Ray's head backwards. But it looked like he was trying to get his left hand and arm off the face mask. Now they do protect the quarterback. Go out of their way to protect the quarterback.
Well, considering the score and the situation, you understand why the challenge was made.
I thought it was a good one by Wally Buono.
A couple of second and longs have become first downs, and Whitaker right side. He's got a first down run in a Lion territory, and Brandon Whitaker has been a force here in the second half.
This is what I mean. First contact miss. Look at this. This is Solomon Elimimian. Again, one of the top linebackers in the game, and he's got a chance. Scrape outside, get off your man, and just gets outside of that first tackler. It's Bo Lacombo that has to run him down.
That's Corey Watman, the right guard, who helps bring Whitaker, who is on the limp. And so Andre Dury will come into the game and take his spot. Whitaker maybe cramping up. What a productive night for him. 119 yards from scrimmage, his best game of this young season. They'll hand it off, and it's Coombs on the run. Anthony Coombs with a good run straight ahead, the University of Manitoba product, and the Argos giving the Lions a taste of their own medicine with an effective ground game.
Absolutely, and grinding down the clock here with the lead in the football game, keeping their offense on the field, moving the chains, eating up time of possession in the fourth quarter.
Argos came in last in rushing, 33.5 yards a game in the first two starts. 9 for Coombs, 2nd and 1, gets it again, and Anthony Coombs should have an Argo first down.
You know, that last play, you mentioned Corey Wattman, and Wattman and Tyler Holmes on the inside of that offensive line for the Argos. Those guys struggled in game one a little bit, and they were fighting it. And so was Brandon Whitaker. One of the reasons Hamilton won that game pretty handily. Now, they're playing a lot better against a very good defense here in BC. That Wattman block is an example of it on Elimimian. Just get a piece of the linebacker and your running back has a chance.
Argos taking some time off the clock and moving into scoring position. Whitaker again, and Brandon Whitaker has another Argo first down. This looks a little like the final drive by the BC Lions against Calgary to put a game away here in their home opener.
Tight end formation, make it a little bit tougher, but you know, Whitaker again, let's give him some credit, a lot of credit here, because once again, when he gets to the line of scrimmage, there's chances here. Adam Bighill overruns it a little bit, but he's got some cutback going on tonight.
Second and short, 11 carries, 84 yards for Whitaker. Argos have another first down, and the clock's going to tick down under 11 minutes to go.
Sometimes that's what a running back can take advantage of, a really aggressive defense, a really aggressive linebacking core, to use those cutback lanes and take advantage of them overrunning plays.
You know, it's funny, if you talk to Scott Milanovich or the Argo running backs, they'll say their priority is pass protection, be a good receiver, and oh yeah, we run the ball once in a while, but the priority's been different tonight, hasn't it? 10th play of the drive. Most of it on the ground. 5 receivers far side. Swing it out to Coombs. And Coombs not going very far. Well defended there by Mike Edom with Purifoy and Elimimian in the vicinity.
Those tough on the field deserve a truck that's tough on the road. The 2016 GMC Sierra.
So now 2nd and 8. Argos have chewed up at least 5 minutes of this fourth quarter now. Here comes pressure. Ray steps up, hangs in, dumps it off, and Whitaker gets away. And Brandon Whitaker has an Argo first down. How about that?
First of all, how did Ricky Ray get it out of there? He knows where every receiver is. He's a veteran in that pocket. He knew his check down guy was going to be Whitaker. Whitaker was responsible for protection, misses his guy, Bo Lacumbo, and then says, hey, I'm still available. Left-handed toss to Whitaker, and he does the rest.
The ambidextrous quarterback. Whitaker shaken up at the end of the play. He might just be dead tired.
Little playground ball.
Up, but
yeah,
wow.
Little playground ball there.
Yeah, that's a little flutie ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
CFL on TSN is brought to you by GMC. We are professional grade. Argos have owned the football here in the fourth quarter. They have the lead. Brandon Whitaker to the sidelines. 142 yards from scrimmage in the game. Look at this drive. 12th play now.
Valuable time coming off the clock.
Coombs back in to spell Whitaker. Ray, one short drop. Gurley, touchdown! Torrey Gurley brings it down. 15-yard touchdown strike. Ray connects with Gurley for 81's first touchdown catch of the year.
Argos go max protection, and they go to their guy, Torrey Gurley. Big second half for number 81. He's working one-on-one down there on TJ Lee. Ball slightly to that back shoulder by design from Ricky Ray. What a drive.
First time in the end zone tonight for the Argos. Ray's 5th touchdown toss of the year. Iralahu adds the convert. What a drive. 12 plays, 91 yards, and Gurley caps it with this touchdown snare. Thursday Night Football on TSN is presented by The Brick, saving you more.
Ricky Ray taking advantage of the 6'4".
Love you, Papa. Sushi King, you know what's up.
Torrey Gurley against the 5'9" TJ Lee.
We out here. That's my dog right there.
Gurley's 5th catch, 97 yards.
DJ, you know what it do?
10 touchdowns last year, his first of 2016. How about taking 6:39 off the clock on the Argos' best drive of the season? Brady and James Juracek, the former Lion, made first contact.
Go back to that touchdown. I'll show you the accuracy of Ricky Ray because TJ Lee's in pretty good position. Here you go. Just go ahead and run it, guys. Watch how Torrey Gurley now, he's got that outside leverage. Now, if Ricky Ray throws it here, it's TJ Lee's ball. He throws it to the back shoulder, and now Gurley can use his size. He uses that 6'4". He catches it at the top of the jump, and TJ Lee has really no chance to get his hand in that football. That's ball placement from Ricky Ray.
Lule back in at quarterback, 2 for 3 in his first series. 21 yards and going to the air quickly. Gore with the catch in front of Aaron Berry. A Lion first down.
Yeah, they have to go to tempo now, get that hurry up offense going.
2 touchdowns and a pair of 2-point converts behind midway into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, still a 2-possession game.
Connection between Lule and Gore, 2 of 5 BC Lions who've played more than 100 games with the BC club. Draw play, Allen and Justin Hickman waiting for that.
Boy, did Hickman read that well. Didn't get too far up the field. The idea on these draw plays or little screen plays is to get the D-line past the running back. He's got to get up the field and past him. That was just some good iPad work on the sideline from Justin Hickman.
So 2nd and 10. Argos 3-man front, they drop 9. Hickman on the rush. Lule to the wide side. Iannucci the catch, and he's got a first down. Matt Black brings him down, but that's a big play for Marco Iannucci, who gets BC into Argo territory.
You know, he's made a couple of catches tonight, none bigger than this one to give the BC Lions hope to continue to come back here. Number 87 is just going to sit on that sideline. Lule finds him, and then he does the rest. Breaks Keon Raymond's tackle. Wusu Ansah as well.
21 for Iannucci, and Anthony Allen down around the 45. And is it nice to have an 8-year insurance policy to go to when the Lions were struggling offensively, and Wally Buono knows he's got capable hands at the quarterback spot. 2nd down. Crosser, Arsenault comes through. Another first down. Extra effort by Anthony Arsenault, and a 17-yard gain.
I think the Lions offense was sitting on the bench watching the Argo offense saying, hey, they're breaking tackles. Why don't we go out and break some tackles? Watch Manny Arsenault. There's one. There's another. Here comes another. Breaks that one. Took the 5th guy to get him down.
3rd catch of the night for Arsenault. Lule guns over the middle. Nick Moore with the catch in front of Matt Black, who's been shaken up, does bounce back, but 15 more to Moore. Second catch for Nick Moore, and the Lions quickly on the move.
You know, this is a good read by Matt Black, but Lule guns it in there. He basically beats good coverage with a hard throw over the middle.
Could be a huge response for the Lions if they can put it in the end zone. They'll swing it out. There's Allen again. Runs over one tackle. Touchdown. And the Lions are right back in it.
Don't go anywhere yet. Talk about big drives.
That was an inspired drive.
Anthony Allen out of the backfield. The key here is Lule gets it to him early. Now he can turn, get that pad level down, get the shoulders downfield, and runs over Heath and Barry crossing that goal line. Did he go out of bounds?
Close down the sidelines. Let's see. That angle, you were blocked to see if he touched out with TJ Heath in between the camera view and Allen. So waiting for confirmation. We'll take one more look.
Well, that's look at that left foot there.
Hard to tell.
I don't know if that's conclusive evidence, and no, it's not.
Nope, they're getting the green light to go for two. They need to convert a pair of touchdowns with 2-point converts here to tie. Lule back to the end zone. There's two, but there is a flag. And it's going to stand. Looks like offside Argos. And the Lions are within 8.
Boy, Nick Moore was just cut loose at the back of that secondary. Wide open on the end line. And we got a one-possession ball game.
On the convert, offside, Toronto, number 97. That 5-yard penalty will be applied on the kickoff. The 2-point convert's good.
So there's time left. Just under 5 minutes to go. Argos looked like they might have put it away, but the Lions and Anthony Allen have other ideas. TSN Fantasy Football's back. Register now at tsn.ca/CFL Fantasy for your chance to win a weekly Moore's gift card with a grand prize at Joseph Food Wardrobe. And trip for 2 to the Grey Cup. What a fourth quarter. Argos go 91 yards in 6:39, and a response by the Lions, 7 plays, 82 yards in just under 4 minutes. We've got a finish at BC Place tonight. Larry Taylor, and he doesn't get very far. Good cover downfield.
Veteran Travis Lule comes out slinging in this 4-minute drive, 3:51. Starts with Iannuzzi, makes a couple guys miss, picks up a key first down. Watch the second effort from Manny Arsenal. His receivers and his targets doing some extra work. Some heavy lift, a nice throw there to beat the coverage of Matt Black, and then, wow, Anthony Allen. I see you.
Travis Lule, 8 of 9, 105 yards and a touchdown off the bench and a 2-point convert. Argos back on offense, and there's a catch for Kenny Shaw, his first of the night. At the 25, short gain for Shaw, who has his 10th of the season. He had 7 catches in week 1.
Boy, TJ Lee closed quickly there. He's the guy who was victimized on the Torrey Gurley touchdown. Makes a big tackle to put Ricky Ray in 2nd and 7 or more. Right around the 6-7 mark.
Here's a big play in the football game. Lions trying to get it back. Argos need 7. Ray stands in. He's got Hazelton. Manel Hazelton finally dropped at the line. 48, a huge play for Ricky Ray and the Argo offense. 37 to Vidal Hazelton.
Now whether it's Hazelton or it's Gurley, they're going after TJ Lee a little bit. Outside release from Vidal Hazelton, then bends it back into the middle, staying away from Mike Edom long enough so that Ray could thread it in there.
37 to Hazelton, 3 catches on the night for 60 yards, and Ricky Ray is now 27 yards away from passing Danny McManus on the all-time passing list. But on the ground it goes to Whitaker, and he's breakthrough again. What a second half for number 3 of the Argos.
They're just getting big bodies on these BC Lion tacklers, and because of that, Whitaker is finding that first crease. Blocked up. Bazzi takes an inside rush lane. Look at Big Hill right here. Man, body on body. Looked like that was Tyler Holmes down the field on Adam Big Hill.
12 for Whitaker, 96 in the game. Argos trying to close it out here at BC Place Stadium. The 3-minute warning. Wimbledon continues tomorrow. Men's semifinal action and great anticipation. Milos Raonic against Roger Federer, Andy Murray, Thomas Berdych. The other semi, our coverage begins 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific, and we might get up for that across the TSN network.
Oh, you got to get to Edmonton tomorrow.
Argos trying to close it out and make it 8 of 10 road wins so far in this young CFL season. 1st and 10, and the counter to Whitaker, closing in on a 100-yard game. Had 96 before that carry.
51 first half total yards for Whitaker, over 100 in the second half. And, you know, sometimes we see sloppy tackling. I don't think it's been sloppy tackling tonight. It's been the Argos getting that offensive line on Big Hill and Solomon Elimimian, and then Whitaker making people miss. Gurley making people miss. This is offensive playmaking, not sloppy tackling.
80 rush yards for Brandon Whitaker in the second half. 2nd and 9. And Ray checks it down. Dupuis. Big Hill tackles him quickly, and the field goal unit will come on. So a successful field goal by Hairolahu. Even a single at this point would make it a 2-score lead for the Argos.
Chris Rainey is not back to return this if it's missed. He may be nicked.
Shaq Murray Lawrence is back from 39 out. And Hairolahu is good again. 6th field goal of the night for Liram Hairolahu.
Chris Rainey was actually rushing that time on the field goal.
Time now for the Nissan Titan player of the game.
Well, the second half by Brandon Whitaker has been something to watch. I mean, making people miss in the open field. His ability to cut back tonight just showcased because the Lions defense kept overrunning plays, and Whitaker made him pay. What a night.
Started out like Anthony Allen was going to be the dominant story, and Whitaker closes it out. The Nissan Titan player of the game, brought to you by the Nissan Titan, the official vehicle of the Canadian Football League.
Still got game.
See when you got rolled up on when he rolled up on your signature. I tried to avoid you. Wait. Make sure you're over here.
Well, it's not done yet, but the Argos in the Nissan Titan driver's seat here. And the Lions need a big play quickly. There's a guy who can supply it. The Hairolahu comeback season continues with a big game here tonight. Brady turns it on down the the sidelines.
Oh, boy.
He can chew up yardage in a hurry, can't he?
Wow, he was close. He just ran out of space. He basically ran out of room, but he can do it in a heartbeat. 41-yard return here. Hiralahu was the last guy.
Curtis Newton just able to bump him out. 45-yard return. Lions have it at their own 47. Need to get something done in a hurry. Lulay scrambles. Pressure on. And he'll step out, forced out by Thomas Miles, the third-year man out of the University of Manitoba.
And Lulay just trying to manage it there to get out of bounds quickly. He didn't like what he saw. It was good coverage downfield, so just stop the clock as quickly as he possibly can. I actually heard the Toronto bench yell, keep him in bounds, keep him in. Couldn't do it that time.
Second and 10, and Argos will drop 9, try to keep everything in front of them. Lulay scrambling, flag down, and there's Gore lunging out of bounds. See if this is coming back on a hold. Excuse me, that was Anthony Allen with the catch.
Holding. BC number 57. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Rookie right tackle and Antonio Johnson called.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where the play's extended. It takes too long because Antonio Johnson's good there. He gets help from Anthony Allen. He's good there, and then he grabs. Just extended a little bit too long, and sooner or later those offensive linemen will grab on.
Not many windows open when you drop 9, and Travis Lulay unable to find anyone downfield quickly enough.
The key there on 9 dropping and getting that kind of depth is get it to the back quickly in space and let him go and pick up what he can.
Second and 20. Lulay wide side. It's Iannuzzi. And again, they kept it in front of that Argos secondary. Iannuzzi with yardage, but it'll bring up third down. That offense has to stay out. And it comes down to this play for the Lions to keep their hopes alive here tonight. Only home teams to win. BC over Calgary, and last week Calgary defeating Winnipeg at McMahon. Excuse me, Ottawa with a win as well.
Yep.
And the pass is caught. Lions will stay on the field here. Minute 25 to go. Fresh set of downs.
Strong hands by Nick Moore over the middle.
From the 48 of Toronto. Here comes Arsenault. The crosser, and he has another first down at the 35-yard line. Trying to get in the end zone and get into a position for a onside kick. Travis Lulay has opened up a discussion about who starts next week, you would think. 11 for 12 on the night. And there's a second incompletion as Arsenault tried to stay in bounds and make the grab.
Yeah, it will be interesting, win or lose here in the comeback. If it's stopped and the Argos get the stop, do they go back? I'm sure the plan will be for Wally Buono back to Jonathan Jennings. That's been the plan coming in. That's the plan out of training camp. But obviously, it was a plan going into training camp.
Last home game till August the 13th. They're in Saskatchewan next week.
But Lulay is
those numbers are food for thought, though.
And it's going to start the conversation.
Certainly
Absolutely.
food for debate. Dodging around and sidearms that downfield for another first down. Sean Gore's got the catch, and I think one of the reasons they got away from Lule was the arm strength question. It looks like the arm strength's back, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and that was throwing it around Sean Lemon. He had to throw it around his shoulder pads. Get out there to Sean Gore.
Now guns to the end zone, but picked off. TJ Heath with the interception, his first in the Canadian Football League, and that will seal the deal.
Couple of monster wins, the 40th for Scott Milanovic, and big wins on the road in the West. The strategy to stay out west, stay in Saskatchewan, pays off for the Toronto Argonauts. Big play at the end. This was the time in a lot of the games where Toronto traveled out west that it was, 2 in the morning for them and their body clock, and they fatigued and they couldn't finish. But now, stayed out west this week, practiced in Saskatchewan, and they're able to put the nail in the coffin right there.
4th turnover of the game for the BC Lions, a pair of interceptions. The Argos did not turn the ball over. Well, there were some questions after a poor performance and a much anticipated BMO home opener, but a response on the road, and they've chalked a couple off their bucket list here with wins in Saskatchewan and BC.
Now, BMO will be fun when they get back there. Get that tailgate going again.
July 13th, a home game against the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Nice matchup.
Trevor Harris and the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Absolutely.
And it could indeed be a battle for first place.
You got the feeling that this Argo team wanted that, get back at BMO after that first game. They're going to come back with 2 straight wins.
Enormous win. Brandon Whitaker paced it, and Wally Buono's team falls from the ranks of the unbeaten. The Argos with 2 straight road wins and now go home for 5 of their next 6. The game started as a defensive battle, and then the Argos opened it up in the 4th quarter and win it going away 25-14. The final here at BC Place Stadium. So long, everybody. SportsCenter is now.